Yo, what's going on, folks? Hold on, let me take care of a little business here. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, we're back on another Friday night. Definitely want to continue on with our tribute to Mr. Fuller. Um, there's also uh, there's also some news we got to cover. Yeah. Um, some important things coming down the pipeline for Central Louisiana. Uh, Bill Cassidy, your current representative in the Senate, uh, is being challenged on a level that I don't think he even expected. Um, we're starting to see the chinks in the armor of the city of Alexandria. Uh, the the more prevalent thing is there's a Alexandria native that is going to be running against Bill Cassidy. Another thing that you guys might not know, uh, as of a couple of hours ago, um, MTG Marjorie Taylor Greene, bleach, bad built, butch body, that lady. She is officially resigning from Congress as of January 5th. So she's quitting her job. And I do see, I foresee a lot of other things happening on a national scale. Hold on, let me see if I can get a few shares. Uh, yeah, I can't see the screen, but we're gonna work through it anyway. Just trying to get started. See if I can share. Yeah, hope everybody's doing all right. You know what I mean? Hope everybody's safe and I hope everybody's fed and I hope everybody is getting exactly uh, what they want out of life and you know, infinite blessings, etc., etc. It is Friday night. I know that it's Miss Tamara Battles. This her wrestling night, so she probably watching wrestling right now, which I can understand because typically I'll be watching it too, but not tonight. Let's see. All right, I sent those out. Try to send out a few more. If you get a personal, some of these are going directly to inboxes, so that's how that's going to work. Uh, if you are invited up or invited to the live, uh, just know that I sent it to you personally. Uh, yeah, and as you come in, At whatever platform you're watching us on. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. If you're watching us on Facebook, um, what's the other button? Oh, if you watch us on Facebook, hit the share, send the love, or like or whatever, and yeah, we can get things started in just a second. Let's see. I hate when they took my other accounts. They took my other accounts, and I had to start all the way back over with a whole new friends list. That by itself is that whole process is annoying. Not being able to come on with your own name is also annoying, but that's the price you got to pay for speaking your mind. These saltines are gonna try to take you out of here any way they can. If they don't like what you're saying, they're gonna try to remove you from the conversation, and that's unfortunate. But it is the shit we got to deal with for speaking your mind. Everybody ain't gonna agree with you. Everybody don't gotta agree with you, but you know they don't care about none of that. Let's see. There's a couple other people I'm finna send this to. Then we just finna get on with the conversation. Um, uh, just one more second. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. All right. So for everybody that got the likes in the inbox, hey, thank you. For yeah, they are hella sensitive these days. They don't. They like discourse is something odd to them. Being able to disagree is something foreign to them. They don't. They don't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm in a number of Facebook groups, namely about the. I don't know if you guys know about the story out of Frisco, Texas, about Carmelo Anthony, who was a kid that was assaulted by two twins and a couple of their friends for sitting down in a seat underneath the canopy during a storm. Those kids felt like the canopy belonged to them and not the school district, so they wanted him to move. So, they came over to him. They told him they didn't want him sitting there no more. Uh, and apparently they assaulted him, right? That is the long and short of that issue. Uh, and that happened back in April, right? So that happened back in April. Ever since then, and I should preface it by saying this. So Carmelo is a black student, was a black student, right? He was an athlete, and he was supposed to be at that track meet, right? But the two twins, these two corn-fed, brolic ass white boys, 17 years old, when they came over there to tell him to move, and he didn't want to move, and he didn't have to move. That's the point that I'm trying to get to. So he didn't have to move. He wasn't doing anything illegal. He was just seated in a place that these two boys did not like him sitting. Like we're in the 60s, right? Like this was the 50s. Like this is, you don't belong here type shit. And yeah, somebody does have the video. So the school district has the video. And several people that I know personally have gone to see the video. But um, yeah, so they assaulted him, and they ended up one of them ended up getting poked in the chest, stabbed in the upper lower way. the upper torso. We can't even say he was stabbed in the heart or the chest because nobody's seen any autopsy report, right? So the reason I'm bringing that up is because uh, in that environment surrounding that issue are these people that I'm talking about. These people that don't care to reason with you. They don't care to see things, you know, through a lens, anything other than their racism. And they are racist. They are. They are. I wish I could show y'all, and I could show y'all some of these comments that go on in this group where it's microaggression, macroaggression, it's every type of aggression you can think of because of the same type of people that want to take your account down. They want to find out where you live. They want to know where you work. It's the same shit that happens on KLAB. You know, they come up under fake names. They're anonymous user this, spitting giraffe that. Like they hide and they want to take from you. They want to degrade you. They want to bring you down a notch, not because of this case in particular, but because of what this case represents. And what this case represents is Carmelo defended himself. They don't want Black people to be able to speak up for themselves. They don't want Black people to speak up on behalf the same way they treated Malcolm, the same way they treated Martin. They were trying to show us what they do to those who, they're so-called Christians. And it's a shame. But this is the America that we live in. This is the America that we live in. These are the Christians that quote unquote founded America. That's why America's fucked up. Because this is the same mindset of the quote unquote Christians that signed the Declaration of Independence. And that's what America is. I don't know why everybody's so surprised. But what I can say is, if anything, the whole Charlie Kirk situation should have taught them one important lesson. You have to watch what you say. Because sometimes the people that you meant to offend don't even know you said it. But the people you didn't intend on offending got offended. And it's your own kind. That's what I'm saying. People should be more mindful of the things they speak. And just to talk about Charlie Kirk a little bit, you know, I don't know if anybody realized, but before they gave him that extra hole in his head, or in his neck, as it were, the last thing he was speaking on was gang violence. And who do you think he was attributing that to? His last words before he left this earth was disparaging Black folks. And the irony couldn't be any more greater because he got took out by a white person. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. So I won't. Because I don't think like them. I don't move like them. I don't act like them. So me trying to rationalize and get inside their head, I can't do that because my mind isn't bent that way to see the negative and shit all the time. And that's what they do. Right? So you guys see it in the comments on different posts, especially on KLAB. KLAB is slightly sanitized now because poetic justice. Yeah, KLAB is slightly sanitized now because back in the old days, they did not give two shits about what they said to anybody or how they said it. You know, and that's coming from somebody who's been targeted. Hell, I'm being targeted now, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. Don't know what to tell you. Keep targeting. I don't know. But Oh, somebody said he choked on his words. Yeah. That's some cold shit right there. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, overarching, right? The dialogue is that the folks, they know what they're doing and they know who they are, and they are inherently racist. And my ability to uh not be um not be extremely negatively responsive to some of their shit. I don't have it anymore. So I'm just meeting them where they're at. Maybe I might like I'm a big fan of dragging people straight to hell. You go low, we can both just sit here and burn. Eternal life. I'm just I'm just saying, some people is like, I wouldn't mind spending an eternity in hell just so I can fucking cook you for at least 5 minutes. But we're trying to be better people. I'm trying. But when they're out here quoting these improper numbers about this 1350, anytime you see that, you guys gotta be aware of the dog whistles. So anytime they get to talking about 1350, where they're talking about 13% of the population commits 50% of the crime, it's not true. It's racist ideology. It's the shit Charlie Kirk was saying before he got popped. Right? The truth is, I think it's 28% of the population commit 55% of all sex-related crimes. They commit 80-something% of all gun violence. And here's the kicker, right? That 28% are white males. 28% of the population is responsible for more than half of all of the violent, crazy shit we hear about on the news. Just 28%. Just 28%. So when you start really doing the research, you start finding out that the way they paint us is completely inaccurate. The way they treat us is completely inaccurate, and it's not right. And the second you speak up for your people, or like Mr. Fuller, in the spirit of Mr. Fuller, when you get to defending your people, they go get other black folks to try to take you down a notch. They got to put you in your place. And that's the one thing, if I'm going to ever remember anything about Joe Fuller, is you wasn't going to put him nowhere but where he wanted to be. It wasn't no trying to put him in his place. Mr. Fuller stood on business. And it was around the clock. It's whether he was elected or whether he was at the House. There's a lot of stuff people just don't know Mr. Fuller is very much a part of. Very much so a part of it. Mr. Fuller fully supported Mr. Porter. Mr. Porter has been probably one of the best things that have happened to Alexandria as far as black folk go in a long time. Mr. Porter is Mr. Porter is him. Mr. Fuller was him. Both of the Law Ordained brothers and the father, they were them. They're him. This is prominence. This is what they try to conceal, to press down, to oppress. Mr. Jules, they're afraid of Jules Green. Do you guys not get that? They fear Jules. They feared Jules so much that they wanted to move him from the current district so Harry Silver wouldn't have to run against him, potentially. That's how he got gerrymandered into the district that he lives in now. They moved the lines around so Harry Silver wouldn't have to run against him. I'm talking about prominent Black power. And it's not popular, although it should be. It should be more people drawing boundaries around their people. Look, you're not. This is not okay. It's not. This is not cool. You are not cool for doing this. Matter of fact, you start calling it what it is. If it's downright racist, it's downright racist. And you can guarantee Mr. Fuller was going to call it exactly how the fuck he saw it. And that's the thing I respected the most about all of them, because none of them, Mr. Green, perfect example. He's not going to say much in that city council meeting, but when he does say something, all of that shit is put together and it's succinct. Brother Malcolm, these are all men that are cut from the same cloth. And that's what I need Alexandra to understand. If you're going to remember anything about my good friend, Joe Fuller, remember that. Remember that. We don't got a lot of heroes left. We don't. It's either one of our turns to step up or we need to find one to support. But this fight continues. It does. And Mr. Fuller represented that fight. And that's why I think he'll always be one of my favorite people that I've ever known. So I'm Black first. And so is Mr. Fuller. So is Brother Ed. So is Brother Malcolm. So is Brother Jules. So is Mr. Porter. So is my mama. So are all the two people watching right now. So I know it's Friday and I know people got stuff to do, but I do want to take a minute to have a moment of silence for Mr. Fuller. All right. Yeah. She said, so am I, B1. Yup. So moving forward, I don't know. I'm just a co-host. You got your host down here. I don't know if she's going to come up or not, but I know she has some more videos she wanted to show. We'll talk about the news a little bit later. She's on mute. So I don't know what's going on. See if I can clear up some space over here. I don't know that we finished the mayor's. I think we did. We did finish the mayor's speech. We absolutely did. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna try to grab a few headlines while we're here. I can't go from here. Hold on. Yeah, I do. It's been a crazy last couple of days with politics, as you all know. Insanity has gripped America once again. Once again. So let me see.
I'm getting some videos, you guys. Give me some give me a moment. I'm trying to go back and pick up some videos.
Your president admitted to being a fascist today, which is crazy word. Louisiana passed a law, I guess, now that you can no longer talk about elected officials on social media using their personal.
No. You can't put their information. Not that you can't talk about them. You can't put their personal information online for people to come to their houses. That's what that is.
I mean, they already have that information. They're public officials. They already have.
Exactly, because they're public elected officials, so you know their addresses already. Which that's why I said we the mayor the governor we got is just so it just don't make no sense. Okay, that didn't make no sense at all.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna do. Well, I was gonna do this, but I'm not gonna do that. Hold on. So let's get into the chaos that is breaking out in the sacred MAGA world. Hold on one second. Make sure you guys are sharing this live out. Make sure you're hitting a like if you're watching it on YouTube. Yeah. So we're just going to kind of work through our news cycle and talk a little bit on the flip side. I'm not going to play too much of this because we don't want to get us flagged, but here we go.
Marjorie Taylor Greene has announced that she is resigning from Congress. She put out an official letter. You see it right here. I will be resigning from office with my last video saying that she would not want to be a battered wife. That's how she feels she's being treated by Donald Trump, or a battered spouse to Donald Trump. She's been very, very critical of Donald Trump, including especially on this resignation just put out moments ago, where she announces that she will be resigning. Here, play this clip.
I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026. And I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future. May God bless you all, and may God bless America.
And this is where she explains one of the main reasons why she's resigning, and she blames Donald Trump, and she blames MAGA Mike Johnson, and she has very harsh words for the entire Republican Party. Here, play this clip.
I have too much self-respect and dignity. I love my family way too much And I do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary president that we all fought for, only to fight and win my election while Republicans will likely lose the midterms, and in turn be expected to defend the president against impeachment after he hatefully dumped tens of millions of dollars against me and tried to destroy me. It's all so absurd and completely unserious. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never, ever relate to real Americans, then many communists aside and replace as well. There is no plan to save the world or a 4D chess game being played. When common American people realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington, then I'll be here by their side to rebuild it. Until then, I'm going back to the people that I love, to live my life to the fullest as I always have, and I look forward to a new path ahead. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026, and I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future. May God bless you all, and may God bless America.
Now,
Insanity.
This is
Insanity.
This is
Right, folks?
interesting. This is very interesting, and I'm going to tell you why I see it interesting. Because it is going to be a rude awakening when all of this truly comes out. And nobody is going to be exempt, because the whole administration was part of this. So yeah, it's all right for you to go home, but it does not say you're exempt. If there is any need for any type of prosecution or indictments, doesn't mean that you will be excluded from that. So it's all right to go home, but you were part of this big major problem. And the people see that too.
I think this was their plan all along. I'll be
I
honest
think
with
she realized that in the primaries, the numbers weren't looking well.
you. No, what it was is when what she did was, when them Democrats gave her their time about these Epstein files, she knew that she had signed. She knows exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of the show. Correlate everything together, but she knows. Yeah, let the dead eat the dead. Let the dead bury the dead.
Yeah.
not eat the dead. No, but a lot of these people that I'm talking about that are on, and that, like with this case about Carmelo, right? A lot of those people don't believe that he had the right to defend himself. And they have this white supremacist attitude towards these two twins that were terrorizing people. And what I'm correlating is they will back their own even when they're steamrolling other people. And a lot of these people are MAGA. They're not pro Austin Metcalf. They're anti-Carmelo. And there's a huge difference. Because if you're pro Austin, then you're pro the fact that he was within his rights to do. But when you're anti Carmelo, that just means you don't think that people should defend themselves. And all those people are MAGA. That's what she was. That's why she acted the way she acted. And that's why she moved the way she moved. But once she found out that that was detrimental to her well-being, now she wants to row the boat in the other direction. And again, people in the chat I don't feel sorry for her. I don't. These people are blatantly, openly racist. The people that I talked about for 15 minutes in the beginning, those are the people that are blatantly, openly, unapologetically racist. I'm talking about with no hesitation. And they'll say all the words that sound good, but you can tell in the little undertone that they're racist. When you have a mayor in your city that literally ignores all of the Black issues. You got Julia Letlow. Why did she get elected? It wasn't because she was experienced. It wasn't because she had a background in politics. Why did she get elected? Why is MAGA backing Julia Letlow in Louisiana right now? Why is she up there? Why is Clay Higgins? Why is MAGA Clay Higgins and MAGA? Look, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't get it. The Speaker of the House is Mike Johnson. Somebody y'all elected from Louisiana. You got Clay Higgins, the lone dissenting vote about these Epstein files. Where is he from? Louisiana. Kennedy, what's that? With the one that looked like a loaf of bread that you need squished up? Is he John Kennedy?
No, yeah. You talking about Bill? I forgot his first name, but yeah, he's from here too.
And you really think in your heart of hearts that the local government is being ran by Democrats? What I realized is that there's a faction of people on the right that come up with these storylines. They come up with these inaccuracies. They create this 1530 dialogue or 1350 dialogue when really they're a part of the 2872. But they talk bad about Black people. They look down on Black people. And it's just a part of their character because it's a part of their culture. And that culture is what drives Louisiana. And I think that's where we keep messing up because y'all think culture in Louisiana is mud rides and fucking Zydeco and fucking cute. No. Louisiana, the culture here is what's happening in Angola. That's the culture here. The culture here is what's happening over there on MacArthur Drive at that plantation that they hold tours and shit at. That's the culture here. The culture here is underserved Black communities statewide. That's the culture here. The culture here is gerrymandering. The culture here is voter suppression. The culture here is Black oppression. And I think we get entertainment and culture mixed up sometimes. Because entertainment is entertainment. But culture is what you live every day. And what Louisianans, and more specifically, we here in Alexandria, what we live every day is a mundane existence, low-paying wage jobs. You have an inept administration. You have a city council that they're trying to fight. They're fighting back. Jules, Malcolm, Cynthia, partially. I'm not giving no fucking credit to Gary Johnson. None, ever. I don't give a fuck what he done in his past life. I don't give a damn if he rescued kittens from a tree. I'm never going to give him anything other than a hard time. I promise you that. Because I see through him. I see through him. And if you know what a sellout looks like, then you should be able to see it too. Now, if you can't see it, then that's on you. I can't make you see what I see. But I see it. I see it in him. I see the capitulating. I see the before everybody get upset now. I see all of that. I've seen it 1,000 times. So no, Gary Johnson's got to go, right? But we have to come and align ourselves together before we can actually get together and make some shit happen as Black folks in this town. And I know I'm going all over the place, but what I'm trying to show you is when they see that something isn't serving them, Marjorie Taylor Greene says she quits Congress. They know when to break and cut loose. They know when to separate themselves from their own for their own well-being. She knows when to. We should too. Everybody ain't gonna be for you, especially some of these ones that look like us. Oh, that's my little spiel. I don't know what else I can say, but those are one of the things that we weaved in. I don't know how they've creatively managed to like make us. We're docile. We're docile. We're docile at the polls. We're docile when it comes to these law enforcement. You know, somebody said resigning from the shit show she helped create.
Yep. Exactly. That's all
she is the first one to jump ship. Listen, that ship is sinking, and she's just the first one to jump ship. Somebody in the comments said, how crazy would it be if they turn that seat blue?
But that's what's going to happen. Because, see, the thing is, if we had more of choices, we don't. That's why I said what I said about having our own party. Because then we wouldn't have to worry about all this other stuff. We wouldn't worry about the Democrats coming in and not taking care of us, because we would have our own party taking care of us. Yeah, we can turn it blue all day long, y'all, but keep in mind, we when you talk about the symbolism of the eagle, those wings are on the same eagle. So the Republicans got to move when the Democrats got to move in order for that eagle to move. He can't fly with one wing, right? So it's going to take both of those wings for it to work. And this is why we don't benefit. They have pimped us. They always pimp us around election. You look at your mayor. You know doggone well Jock Roy ain't no true hard blue Democrat. He don't even move like a blue hard Democrat. He's always been undercover because they're allowed to change their party affiliation anytime it feels right in order for him to get into that seat. The majority of the population, the voting population, is African Americans. He knows how to play the role. He's been playing it for 16 years. And they all know to run to the Democratic side when they're really Republicans in their hearts. Their hearts are red. They're not blue. You can tell in their actions. You can tell in their decision making. You can tell who they align themselves with. And no matter what nobody say, who you align yourself with is very important. It's very important. And you guys live it every day, right here in Alexandria. Y'all live it every day. You see who he aligns himself with. So either way it goes, and I don't want to say make it sound depressing or anything, but either way it goes, when do we get a cut? Let me say this. Let me say it like that. When do we get a cut? We want to, the thing is, if we would understand, and this is why integration didn't help us. And I talked about this before. This is why integration doesn't help us. Look at how we have thrived when it comes to economics, when it comes to education, when it comes to homes. We have not really, we thrived, but we ain't thrived like we could because of integration. Because we still going over to Mr. Joe's stove and getting his nice cold ice water, even though, even though Uncle Ray Ray's ice is just as cold. We're still doing it. We live it every day. We live it every day. Because I know down Lower Third, if it wasn't for that Dollar General down there, you guys don't have a grocery store down there. There's no grocery store that you can walk into and actually buy stuff with. Buy your chickens and your beef and your turkeys and your fresh potatoes and your fresh pies. You don't have that. So what really are they doing for us? Where are we going to benefit? And see, people thinks in their minds, racism thinks that black folks don't deserve, even the ones who have gotten out of the ghetto and have money and have contribute to the world, to the country in every way they can. They still don't see us as equal. They don't see us as equal. So why are we on these bandwagons? Why are we part of these a party affiliation when they don't even want us at their table? They don't even want us with a chair in our hand attempting to sit at their table.
Well, the last time we had a chair in our hand, it didn't end well for them. So.
No, it didn't end well. Some people wound up with busted eyes and busted arms and stuff. But I'm just saying. And this is why we need our own party. And when you say that, oh my God, black folks get mad. It's like you saying something about their pastor. And let me say this, even if we do have a blue wave, let's watch what happens to us after the midterms. Let's watch how we'll see if our needs and the things that we need for our families on a wide scale. Let's see how much they'll pay attention to it if it does do a blue wave. Let's see how that's going to work for us, because it hasn't been working before. And this is why we need to usher in our own. And I'm so glad I'm not the only one who's been saying this. We need our own political party. One that's definitely going to make sure when they go up to those, when they sit in Congress, when they sit in the Senate, or wherever they sit at, that the power is in the hand of the people. That we get what is due to us.
Hold on, I got this.
I'm just saying.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger.
A former Louisiana allegedly stole a rare state artifact. He has now been indicted. Put him up full mask. Former Louisiana House Speaker Clay Scheibnader
Nothing is going on. I don't know if you can hear me.
Well, you said there's nothing there?
No, it's there, but ain't nothing going on.
Oh.
Ain't no action.
Can you see it now?
No, we see it. We just can't hear nothing. You want me to play it? We can't hear it at all. Nope. Can't hear it.
Yeah.
Want me to pull it up?
Yeah, pull it up. We can pull it up.
Okay. Give me a second.
Actually, I got another one you need to play. I take that back. Not that one.
What?
You don't need to play that one. I got another one you need to play.
You gonna send it to me?
Yeah, I'll send it.
I got it.
No, not that one. That's not. We all know that these. We know that they still. That's about that senator, that former House Speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stole that wedgie board or whatever. I feel like that's a tree that they hung niggas from, and he just wanted a piece of history. That's what I think. I don't know. Maybe that's one of those secrets that they got, stuff they're not gonna tell us. Hold on. I sent this out to way too many people, so I gotta work my way through this. Okay, there it goes. All right, I just sent it to you.
Okay, what did you send it to me?
Yeah, you can check your messenger.
Okay. Hold up. You send this in my messenger directly?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this one? Okay. Here we go. Let me share it. Eyes are coming, y'all.
Reveals white supremacists are threatening her and coming to her office. Put it up for a mass. Courtesy of the commander-in-chief, by the way, on Thursday, an individual reportedly appeared at Representative Jasmine Crockett's office making, quote, white supremacist threats and hand gestures. Let's call those gang signs. Here's Crockett's statement, quote, today, an individual showed up to my office, my DC office, and made white supremacist threats and hand gestures. Everyone is safe. And I want to thank Capitol Police for their swift response. But let me be crystal clear. This cannot become the norm. We're living in a time where political violence is being fueled from the very top. When the President of the United States spreads hate and lies, and then he targets his political opponents when he openly calls for the death of sitting members of Congress. He is putting a literal target on our backs. The president should be committed to unity, not more division. She goes on to say, quote, some folks have questioned why I need security. This is why. Every time I speak truth, stand up for my constituents, or call out corruption, the threats get louder and more dangerous. I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. I will continue to show up for the people of Texas' 30th Congressional District. But we cannot pretend that this is normal. When leaders promote hate, hate shows up sometimes right at our door. So Crockett's statement comes shortly after Donald Trump said nearly half a dozen Democratic lawmakers should be punished by death. He called it seditious behavior on social media in response to a video that encourages the military to follow the law.
Mm-hmm.
And by encouraging the military to follow the law, these Democrats reminded them that they have a duty, an obligation, not a choice, not an option, not a consideration, but a duty and obligation to refuse illegal orders.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Sometimes people have to be reminded of the law, especially when you have a lawless individual in charge of the outfit.
That's right.
And because they were reminded of the law, the person who was lawless decided to threaten those elected representatives to death.
Yep.
Giving you a clear indication to his, well, illegal stance. There's more. Some of those Democratic lawmakers would talk about the threats they've received since Trump's, well, threat. Here it is.
As you can imagine, we've gotten hundreds and hundreds, if not closer to 1,000, tough threats and messages, and had to get Capitol Police security. And, it's just it's like turning on a light switch. Mm-hmm. And, but I'm not gonna be dismayed or dissuaded from standing up for the Constitution just because he threatens us.
We are in uncharted waters. I mean, I never expected, after serving 25 years in the Navy, flying combat missions over Iraq and Kuwait, flying the space shuttle, that now I've got to worry about my personal safety and that of my wife, Gabby Giffords, who was already nearly assassinated because of something the president said.
Of course, I'm very worried about this office and my team and my family, but I think I'm just continually stunned by the fact that I'm worried about it is because the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States, has called for my death. And that's something that should just be chilling for everybody. And everybody should be worried about their safety in this nation when the president can wield that sort of a statement.
Yes, there is concern. But it seems you need to be reminded that you serve in a co-equal branch of government. And if the executive branch decides to test their power, your response as a co-equal branch is to let them know that test will be met with the same vigor that it showed up with. So here we are. Donald Trump has called for the killing of politicians. Let's go back to the Supreme Court ruling that basically said, without an impeachment, he can do whatever he chooses to do. What do you think he's doing?
I'm a little nervous because I have no clue what's about to happen, but this could either be a total disaster or the world's greatest magic
I'm
trick.
sorry.
Okay, so this little device right here is called.
Now, at what point is impeachment back on the table in a serious way?
Mm-hmm.
And to the Republicans, you're foolish if you think he's only turning on Democrats. He just called your beloved leader, Marjorie Taylor Greene, a traitor because she talked about his good buddy who passed, Epstein. You don't think he's coming for you? There's more. Response from Republicans. A White House Press Secretary, obviously they are tying themselves in knots at the White House, trying to spin this. And House Speaker Mike Johnson, defended Trump's comments and focused on what the Democrats in the video said. That's the real offense. Levitt said lawmakers should be, quote, held accountable for encouraging service members to, quote, defy the chain of command. Not what they said. Not what they said. Quote, what I'm saying, what I will say unequivocally, is that was a wildly inappropriate thing for so-called leaders in Congress to do, to encourage young troops to disobey orders, Johnson said. Professional anglers. All right, that's all. They see the truth, they figure out how to angle it back to you and distort it. Professional anglers. They duck, dodge, deny, deflect anything that's true, real, authentic, and genuine. So understand what's really happening. Understand what's really happening. We're in a position now where Donald Trump has committed multiple impeachable offenses. We're not talking about.
You're on mute.
Sorry. So I want you guys to pay attention to the ideal of what he said that your president did. Now, let's go back to January 6th. Now, who says that he didn't have any influence over the January 6th?
Nobody said that he didn't. He knows that he was directly responsible for January 6th. The question is this a part of the culture in America to absolve white folks that are in power? Well, no, it can't be, because all of those people that said don't listen to unlawful laws or unlawful orders are white people. So it's only some white people that are above the law, that are above accountability. And what it looks like is it's only the ones that aren't. Like, if you're a racist and you're white in America, you don't have to be accountable for what you say and what you do. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this version of America that we're in. If you're an ally to all people, well, if you're an ally to, if you're really there to do your job and you're a white person and you say something, they want to hold you. You got to be held accountable first. But as you can see, people like Mike Johnson are taking great liberties with blaming the wrong people, and then saying that you were wrong for saying it, and the guy that you're saying it about is right, even though you. That's why he said they twisting themselves up in knots, trying to spin this story any which way they can. And you know that it's blatant. You know that it's being done. It's being spun out of proportion on purpose, because they're literally the Karen Leavitt girl. She's literally leaving out parts of the statement. They said you don't have to listen to unlawful orders. Matter of fact, they just reminded you that it's illegal to execute unlawful orders.
That's right, because it's unlawful.
It's unlawful. So the fact that they left out that part and they just left in the part, they added the part where they said all the laws, that everything that he says is lawful, that just shows you the degradation of America. This is where we are now. This is what America wanted. This is what America was built for. The rich and powerful to be in power and be able to say what they want to. Is it going to stay? I don't know if it's going to stay. Yeah, it's going to always be like that. But you know, there's better, is more palpable when it's people that's, you know, I don't know, more allied towards your goals. We don't have to be fucking holding hands and singing Kumbaya and shit, but at least have the decency to, you know, respect my autonomy, my ability to be. And these people don't. They don't. Jock Roy doesn't. Jim Villard doesn't. These people do not care. That police chief you got doesn't. They don't. They care more about the headlines than they do about doing their goddamn job.
Yep. Their reputations.
That's
So
what's
let me-
more important.
You
to
know
them.
what? I'm glad you said that, because let's think about this. To show you how influenced the public is, the reason why he's so upset, and if you would listen to what Grimion said, people ain't breaking down the door to become police officers. That's a frustration for them, because people are looking and they're listening to what the public is saying. So don't think that your word is going unchecked or unheard or unanalyzed when we talk how we talk about what's going on in your city. It's affecting them. That's what the frustration is about, because people are not beating down the doors to go to Alexandria Police Department.
And not just the police department, they're saying that the negative press is making Alexandria look bad overall.
Overall, that's right. That's right.
Is it
That's
the
right.
truth, or are they lying? Because if you're saying they're lying, you have to present the facts. And if you're not, if you're just saying, "Oh, they're lying," then show us the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's hurting them, and they know it. That's why he got up there with that bold speech.
Want to pound on the desk because you're doing a shit job.
Yeah.
Jock wants to come up there and sell y'all this portable dream,
Yeah.
because if it was legit, it would have already been happening. Now, it wouldn't have waited till the last 12 months of your current stay in to start it. You're talking about a project that could span another 5 years. So are you only doing this now so you can get real? Like, come on. You guys got to start realizing when people are playing with you. And start feeling the disrespect. Sit with it. Sit with the disrespect. Sit with them playing in your face and telling you, pissing on your leg and telling you it's raining outside. Sit with it, because maybe it'll make you change how you address things. Maybe you're not going to be so apt to go up there and smiling them white people face no more. When you find out what they're really doing and what their plans really are, do you realize that Jock Roy laid out a plan that did not include black folks? It did not include anything in your community. It did not include anything having to do with improving your community. It had nothing to do with anything regarding your community. It was all about fucking spark and reignite and reignition and reimagine and all this other shit that has nothing, zero to do with your community. And then you wonder yourself, well, whose community is it going to benefit? The business community. The business community of Sinlaw. The people that got him elected. It was never about you. That's why shit ain't changed in 4 years. It was never about you, because that's why shit ain't changed in 25 years. It was never about you, because that's why shit ain't changed in 30 years. It was never about you. That's why Alexandria looks the exact same way that it looked way back in 1996.
In the 1980s.
Well,
I told you,
1980s.
when I moved back here, I moved back here in 98. when I came home on leave in the 80s, the only thing I saw different was I-49 had been built. And I got confused as hell trying to get to my mom's house. So that's the difference in how Alexandria looked back then opposed to what it looks like now. To me, that's just me.
Well,
Because the politics haven't changed. When your politics don't change, you can't expect for anything to grow. The politics haven't changed.
you've had people, we stepped up to the plate. We had a chance to run the tables. Lord, if Joe Fuller and them would have had a second term, Mr. Porter and them would have had a second term.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you guys would have never let Reddix up in there, if you never would have tried to, you know what I'm saying? If you never would have played Jules out of District 3. But I'm telling you, they're scared of Jules. Jules not only took the L for losing District 3, he bounced back and took over all 5 districts. That should let you know that when it was something that's for you, when God wants to elevate you, you got to sometimes it'll take a loss or two. But when it's your time to come up, it's your time to come up. And right now, we're in a prime place to come up as Black folks in these Black communities of Alexandria. You got a mayor that don't know whether he don't know whether he want to drop out next year. What he's doing, as you realize what's happening in his last 12 months of his previous stint before Jeff Hall got in there, did Jock start any projects like this? No.
I can't. No, I don't think he did.
No, he didn't. He didn't. You know why? Because he had already planned to dump the offense over to Jeff. He had already planned that out. Jock is a year and a half ahead of y'all, maybe even 2. Right? So the fact that he hasn't done anything in the Black community should let you know that 2 years ago he didn't plan on doing anything. 5 years ago he didn't plan on doing. When Jeff was in there, they didn't plan on doing anything for the Black community. You know what he gave the Black communities? Project Restore. And they put that in the Black communities. It's like they forced that into the Black communities. Because Project Restore, you could sign up for, was at community centers. And there are no community centers in the suburbs.
Yeah, that was directed directly at low income, impoverished neighborhood communities in Alexandria. It wasn't for everybody. It was targeted.
So
because we don't pay our bills. That's what that was.
One day, when he's out of office, I hope he has the conversation of what the actual intent of Project Restore was. I hope he does. I hope he sits and he goes. I'll even watch Stephen Maxwell if he sits down and explains what the intent of Project Restore was. You can't ask Reddix because he don't know shit. But why did he have that planned out a year before he came into office?
He sure
did. Why did he have Project Restore planned out at the same time the city was being breached? Oh, I'm sorry, not the city. The billing portal at the utility office was being breached. That's the only thing that really got breached. So how did he already have Project Restore planned out at the same time as the breach? So I don't know. But go ahead. You can play the video and say if you got something.
Okay. I'm not going to play too much more of it because
about anything that will have ambiguity. As a matter of fact, it would be hard pressed for the presiding judge, that would be the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, to look at a statement that calls for the killing of other politicians and not have his own conscience.
You don't want to end up with Alzheimer's and dementia later in life, so you should.
Okay, stop sharing. Give me a second here.
Yeah, he should definitely be impeached. Al Green, senator from Texas, is a
Yeah, I'm
congressman
trying
from
to find that. Give me a second. I'm trying to find
Yeah.
that. I saw that. I saw that.
Al Green is he said before Christmas he's gonna have that impeachment up. I think he has an extra impeachment off to the side at all times.
Well, I think the idea that they didn't want him to do it the first time, I have an issue with that.
Well, you know,
They didn't support him the first time. We wouldn't be at this point right now if they would have supported him, and it would have. I know he had to fight the Senate. I think he would have. But yeah, we would have been halfway through something right now if he would have just wound up letting it go through. But oh well. Okay, this is not the video. I'm sorry. I thought this was the video, Tavares, but it's not.
Oh, I mean, you can click the link and see.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see where it's what. Let's see where it's at. Where did he go? I think they all like that. Hold up. Let me see something. Where did he go? Here it goes. Okay, let's see here. There is no, what's the name? It's just saying Congressman. Let me see if I can find it in YouTube. Real quick. Stop sharing right now. Congressman Al Green. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if this one is it. A day ago. Here it goes. I got it.
Impeachment to the attention of the Congress of the United States of America before the Christmas break. The movement continues. This is not a moment in time. This is a movement for all time. And those who have the courage to stand for liberty and justice for all, you are a part of this movement. You may not know it, but you are. Those who believe that government of the people, by the people, for the people is a necessity in a democracy, you are a part of this movement. So let us not forget that if we are to maintain what has been given to us, we inherited this democracy. And if we are to maintain this democracy, we have to do more than say we believe in these things. We have to participate. This is a participatory democracy. Impeachment requires the hands and the guidance of all of us.
What is an SOP? So here's a misconception. A lot of people think an SOP is just a boring manual that nobody ever...
So I beg of you, remember 12 o'clock, remember Saturday, remember Washington, D.C., and remember that there will be articles of impeachment filed before the Christmas break. This I pledge, this I will do. God bless you.
Can we get one more round of applause for Representative Al Green? That is right. In less than 48 hours from now, we are calling on the nation. We are calling on the nation to converge peacefully
on Washington, D.C. at our nation's capital at Lincoln Memorial, noon, Saturday, November 22nd, 2025. I said a few minutes ago that Congress, members of Congress, are complicit in this destruction for their inaction. And since we have so many members of the media today here, and I want to thank the members of the media that are with us, I want to thank the anchors and podcasters who have announced our events this weekend and starting today. I want to thank them so much. And to the rest who haven't yet, I say you have an opportunity in the next 48 hours to not yourself be complicit in the destruction of American democracy. Because we, the people here, are giving the country and the world a remedy, and we need you to tell them about it. The First Amendment of the Constitution gives us the right to assemble, to have free speech, to redress our government for grievances. And we are exercising that very First Amendment that gives each and every one of you the right to be here today. We need the media to talk about this between now and Saturday. We need them to put it on blast. We need our friends like Jimmy Kimmel, who I love so much, in Late Night, and the American people that stood out for him when his free speech rights were threatened. We need him to talk about it. We need Stephen Colbert, who has been such a warrior after his contract was insanely pulled to appease this administration, to talk about it. We need the morning shows to talk about it. We need international newspapers to talk about it. We need the whole world to talk about the peaceful convergence that we are having in Remove the Regime on Saturday, November 22nd. So,
so as you, that wasn't written for Black people, ma'am. Wait a minute. Let me see what you said. What'd you say? Who's gonna vote with him? That's true. Who's gonna vote with him?
Well, all the people that they were
That
apparently putting in danger.
Sign language, or just you noticed that too, Nat? Oh my gosh, I need to pull out, whenever I see them, pull out my sign language book and see if they actually really doing the signing. That wasn't written for Black people, ma'am. You're right. I got you. Yes, you're definitely right. But yeah, so I think now they're woke. I mean, I think now all of this, that these people, I mean, I don't know what the end result gonna be, but I think they're woke now. I think them being scary and scared to say something, I think that's over and done with now. See, like you said, when it's in their backyard, when it was in their backyard, now they want to talk. Now they want to negotiate. Now they want to come out because it's in their backyard. Now they want to quit. It was all right when it was toward us, but now it's going to be affecting them. Everybody's woke now. Everybody wiping the sleep out of their eyes. They're yawning and stretching, brushing their teeth and wiping their faces, taking their shower. Everybody up now. That's how I see it. Everybody up now. And to me, all it does is verify and confirm that he was definitely the January 6th culprit, ringleader. Okay? Yeah, I'm wondering, you right now, I wonder if she will vote to get him out. You right. I want to stop right for 1 second, and I want to do an announcement. I want to thank Brother Nat for his hard work in a matter of days, raising $700 for the JAG at Alexandria. Is that Middle Magnet or AJH? Alexandria Junior High School. He raised $700 for them. He raised $700 for them. So don't say you can't do something. It can be done. You just got to put a plan together and make the action happen. That's all. And I'm so proud of him. And I told him he did a great job. Okay, Alexander Middle Magnet. Okay. Remember when Nat said, I ain't dealing with the grown folks no more? I'm dealing with the kids. He doesn't understand when you say that, how you manifest. When you put that out there in the atmosphere, watch how things start changing. Instantly, he said that. He said, I'm done with the grown-ups. Yes, I do. I understand. But look, Nat, stop with not letting your light shine. Okay? Your light can shine. You came up with the ideal. You made it happen. I'm not taking nothing from nobody else. I mean, people participated by donating. I'm just saying that you did it. You mentioned it and you made it happen. Think about that. Don't shy away from it. It's yours. Claim it. You didn't have to fuss and fight with nobody. You didn't have to shoot nobody. You didn't have to do none of that. You went and you did what you said you had to do. That's why we say words are powerful. You put it out there and look what the return was. Then I hear that the principal wasn't too happy. I think it's funny. Me. Keep doing it. It don't have to go through the principal to raise money for your kids, because they're your kids. He don't own those children. The parents do. So if the parents said, we want money raised for our children, that's what you did. So you don't have to, either he's going to accept it or he's not. You know? You did a wonderful job. In a matter of days. It didn't take no 2 and 3 weeks for him to do that. In a matter of days, he did that. I don't know why he wasn't happy. You got to ask Nat. I don't know why. But I'm glad he did it. And he was able to give it to them. Yeah. You can't outshine. You see how we can be? Instead of saying, y'all, I want to have a day where we invite Nat up and let him speak to them, so they can thank him, publicly or personally, instead of him saying that, because he could have gave Nat a call. But that's the issue we have in our communities, y'all. When it comes to us, we have those issues. Those are our issues. Okay? That's the dirtiness around our back doors. Okay? That we have issues with each other, especially when somebody doing the right thing. Okay? Y'all should know that. We went through this whole thing with them campaigns. When you're trying to do the right thing, people don't like you because your light is shining a little bit lighter than theirs. A little bit brighter than theirs. Got to get out of there. So I want to thank him for that, for just doing it. That's what it says. Just do it. Yes, that's right, Ms. Battles. We do. We have our picks and chooses. That's right. We sure do. And who can do it? I need to give you permission to do that. Okay? Yeah, that's right. All behind the steering wheel of a big truck. I need to give you permission to shine your light. You can't shine your light unless I tell you can. Okay? But that's he did it. Okay? He did it. And that's all that matters. Nothing else matters. Okay? So, Tavares, it was something else I need to get. So can you talk while I go get it? I want to share something with you guys, and then I'm gonna pull up the Mr. Fuller's videos, some more of them. But I want to share something with you guys.
Okay, so there's some clarity on what's happening with this law that's going into effect. It gives politicians, judges, and district attorneys, their families, the power to force you to take down certain information off the internet. And if you don't, you can face lawsuits or even criminal charges. And this applies to Facebook posts, comments, screenshots, TikToks, news articles, anything posted online. They now have 72 hours to tell you to remove it. And if you don't, they can come after you. What information is protected? Their home address, their phone numbers, their personal emails, marital records, birthdays, their children's schools or daycares, their family's workplace or lunch, their side jobs. And this is something that only used to be applying to judges. Now it covers almost every powerful statewide legislator, public service commissioner member, district attorney, assistant DA, investigators, and their spouses and dependents. They're making it harder for whistleblowers. They're making it harder to hold them accountable. It will make exposing conflicts of interest harder. Journalists and activists are going to feel the pressure. Yeah. So it's pretty much trying to silence y'all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I think that they take a lot of liberties with what they say. Again, I want to talk. I'm speaking to how they address people that they disagree with. You know, they really go out of their way to say things that are untowardly. And it's like they do the best that they can to be the worst possible type people that they can be. So yeah, the president met with the new mayor of New York. The news reporter said that, you know, mayor-elect, you called Donald Trump a fascist. And, you know, do you still stand by that? And he went to answer it. And Trump was like, no, you don't have to answer that. We all know.
Damn. Wow.
He stopped him. People are comparing that the interaction today with Mamdani as like pudding day in the nursing home. That's the type of look that he had on his face. He was very, very. I think that Zoran told him some shit that he didn't expect him to hear, or he expect him to say, and he put Trump in his place, and that's why the whole thing went as pleasant as it did. And he did it behind closed doors, so it could be, you know, presented properly in public. But you know, this month during Veterans Day, your president brought in former Al Qaeda members and people tied to the Saudi prince who do that. Like, yeah, it's insane to say the least.
Wait a minute, you said he brought in what?
Oh yeah, he brought in the Saudi prince, and he got on he talked shit to a reporter for her asking him about the murder of an American journalist that was over there. And Trump was like, yeah, you know, he was a bad guy anyway. We didn't like what he was saying. So, you know, incident happened. That's pretty much what he said. He said shit happens.
You cannot make that up. You can't make it up. You can't make this up.
He brought in people that were attached to 9/11 this month into the White House.
Oh, Lord.
During Veterans Month, Veterans Day, you know, that was like last week. I don't know.
Yeah, that was last week.
I don't know. I can't make half of this shit up. Half this shit is like we're living in like some fever dream.
I know. Like the Twilight Zone.
It's like completely off the rails. But you know, it's eventful. It's definitely newsworthy. I don't know, like there are real world implications in all of this. I don't think that the world is taking the news like we're so unserious these days. I guarantee like this shit is gonna be a joke and a punchline in the like it's gonna be insane. It's probably the night shows are doing jokes about it daily. So you know, America is very unserious, and a lot of times people are laughing to cope because they don't know. You got a lot of people that were Trump supporters that aren't racist, right? But you can't tell the difference. You don't know which ones. Like, how can you? Like, you can't tell the difference. They got lumped in on some dumb shit, and you got lumped in, fam. I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly. So real quick, you guys, I want to share something with you. This happened a long time ago, but I think it's really relevant to how governments work when it comes to us, right? So what I'm going to say to you, or what I'm going to read to you, or no, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read certain parts of it. This is a document, and it's Exhibit 10 of the U.S. Supreme Court case that was number 009587, National Security Council Memorandum. And it happened March 17th, 1978. Now, just keep that in mind, right? So at the time, the Secretary of State was Cyrus Vance, the Secretary of Defense was Harold Brown, the Director of Central Intelligence was Stanfield Turner, and he's an Admiral U.S. Navy. Now, check this out. The subject is Black Africa and the U.S. Black Movement. The president at the time in 1978, who was the president? Somebody tell me who the president was in 1978. Nixon? Nixon, right?
I guess, I don't know.
Okay, so the president has directed that a comprehensive review be made of current developments in Black Africa from the point of view their possible impacts on Black movements in the United States. This is what your president was looking at. This is in 1978. Long-term tendencies of social and political developments and the degree to which they are consistent with or contradict the U.S. interests. You hear that? Carter was? Okay. Number 2, proposals for durable contacts between radical African leaders and leftist leaders of the U.S. Black movement. Number 3, appropriate steps to be taken inside and outside the country in order to inhibit any pressure by radical African leaders and organizations on the U.S. Black community, for the latter to exert influence on the policy of administration toward Africa. What does that sound like to you guys? Thank you, Ms. Breeze. What does that sound like to you guys? Why was this such a big interest to our president? Because you know that if you really had us, the Black movement in Africa together, they were afraid of an overthrow. about that. So it says here, excuse me, the objective of our policy toward Black Africa is to prevent social upheavals which could radically change the political situation throughout the area. The success or failure of our policy in the region depends on the solution international and internal issues whose importance of the United States is on the increase. This was back in 1978. And you know, you guys, we loved Jimmy Carter. He was a great president, like we did Bill Clinton, right? Am I right? Yeah. This is what he was doing. A U.S. interest in Black Africa, a multiplicity of interests influences the U.S. attitude toward Black Africa. The most important of these interests can be summarized as follows. Political. If Black African states assume attitudes hostile to the U.S. national interests, our policy toward white regimes, which is a key element in our relations with the Black states, may be subject by the latter to great pressure for fundamental change. Did you hear that? Yes, that's right. That's right, Miss Breeze. Did you hear what he said? Wow. Thus, the West may face a real danger of being deprived of access to the enormous, listen to this, you guys. Now, what? Wait a minute. Thus, the West may face a real danger of being deprived of access to the enormous raw material resources of Southern Africa, which are vital for our defense needs, as well as losing control over the Cape Sea routes by which approximately 65% of Middle Eastern oil is supplied to the Western Europe. Do y'all get what? I haven't read this in ages, but did you hear what he said? Moreover, such a development may bring about internal political difficulties by intensifying the activity of the Black movement in the United States itself. They feared us coming together. Do not ever underestimate your power as a Black people. Let me say that again. Do not underestimate the power you have as a Black people. They were so scared that they did not want us on the political realm to even sound like we were angry at being oppressed in the United States. Because if they're oppressed over in Africa and we're oppressed here, that's a revolt. And this is not even slavery. This is post-slavery. It should also be borne in mind that Black Africa is an integral part of a continent where tribal and regional discord, economic backwardness, inadequate infrastructures, drought, and famine are constant features of the scene, because that's the scene that y'all kept showing us. In conjunction with the artificial borders imposed by the former colonial powers, guerrilla warfare in Rhodesia, and widespread indignation against apartheid in South Africa. The above factors provide communist states with ample opportunity for furthering their aims. This must necessarily redound to the detriment of the U.S. political interests. They said they didn't want nobody messing with the interests they had over there. Despite all these things that were going on, we still need to get our gold. We still need to get our minerals. We still need to get that oil. Let's talk about on the economic. On the economic, Black Africa has increasingly become the outlet for U.S. exports and investment. The mineral resources of the area continue to be of great value for the normal functioning of industry in the United States and the allied countries. Everybody was biting off of Africa and still is. In 1977, the U.S. direct investment in Black Africa totaled about $1.8 billion, and exports was $2.2 billion. New prospect of substantial profits will continue to develop in the countries concerned. Despite what y'all going through, we still got to get what's ours or what we think is ours. Black Africa and the U.S. Black movement. Apart from the above mentioned factors are adverse to U.S. strategic interests, the nationalist liberation movement, y'all know the nationalist liberation movement, and Black Africa can act as a catalyst with far-reaching effects on the American Black community by stimulating its organizational consolidation and by inducing radical actions. Such a result would be likely as Zaire went the way of Angola and Mozambique, what you just talked about, Miss Summer. An occurrence of the events of 1967 and 68 would do grievous harm to U.S. prestige, especially in the view of the concern of the present administration with human rights issues. Moreover, the administration would have to take specific steps to stabilize the situation. Such steps might be misunderstood both inside and outside the United States. In order to prevent such a trend and protect U.S. national security interests, because this is not about us, okay? It's about security interests. It would appear essential to elaborate and carry out effective countermeasures. Possibility of joint action by U.S. Black and African nationalist movement. In elaborating U.S. policy toward Black Africa, due weight must be given to the fact that there are 25 million American Blacks whose roots are African. They admitted it back in 1978 that 28 million of us have roots in Africa and who consciously or subconsciously sympathizes with African nationalism. Wow. In elaborating U.S. policy toward the living conditions of Black population should also be taken into account. Immense advances in the field are accompanied by a long-lasting high rate of unemployment, especially among the youth, and by poverty and dissatisfaction with government social welfare standards. So they already recognize that there's a kindle for a fire to get started, because what they're doing to the Africans over there is the same thing they're doing to us here. Do you hear what they just said? Inside the United States, these actions could include protest demonstrations against our policy toward South Africa, accompanied by demand for boycotting corporations and banks which maintain links with that country. Attempts to establish a permanent Black lobby in Congress. Listen to what he's saying. A Black lobby in Congress, including activists, leftists, radical groups, and Black legislators, and reemergence of Pan-African ideals. Woo! Resumption of protest marches, recalling the days of Martin Luther King, renewal of the extremist national ideal of establishing an African republic on American soil. Finally, leftist radical elements of the Black community could resume extremist actions in the style of the defunct Black Panther Party. Internationally, damage could be done to the United States by coordinating activity of African states designed to condemn U.S. policy towards South Africa and initiate discussions on the U.S. racial issue at the United Nations, where the African representation constitutes a powerful bloc with about 1/3 of all the votes. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? They already knew back then that we was a force to be reckoned with. This is why it's always so much disruption in Africa. That's why America is in Africa and keeping up all the stuff that's going on. What's going on in the Congo right now? And quote unquote Christians in Nigeria. They're trying to figure out a way to go over there. As long as they can keep a fight going on, a war going on, then we can't think about, hold up, we have family over there, we're connected to them, we need to come together. This is done on purpose, and now it's in writing. A menace to U.S. economic interest, though not a critical one, could be posed by a boycott by Black African states against American companies, which maintain contact with South Africa and Rhodesia. If the ideal of economic assistance to Black Americans shared by some African regimes could be realized by their placing orders in the United States, mainly with companies owned by Blacks, they could gain a limited influence on the U.S. Black community. Did you hear what I've been shouting from the top of the rooftops? This is a fear they had back then of us shopping with each other. This is why integration was important. Let me read that again so y'all can hear what I'm saying. It says, if the ideal of economic assistance to Black Americans shared by some African regimes could be realized by their placing orders in the United States, mainly with companies owned by Blacks, that they could gain a limited influence on the U.S. Black community. They knew our power, you guys. They knew our power. So stop walking around with your head down. Stop walking around, woe's me. Y'all had power. They were afraid of our power. In above context, we must evase the possibility, however remote, that Black Americans interested in African affairs may refocus their attention on the Arab-Israeli conflict. Taking into account that African descent of American Blacks, it is reasonable to anticipate that their sympathies would lie with the Arabs, who are closer to them in spirit, in some case related to them by blood. Black involvement in lobbying to support the Arabs may lead to serious dissension between Americans and Jews. Listen to what they said here. Between American Blacks and Jews. Wow. The likelihood of extremist action by either side is negligible. I can't say that word. But the discord may bring about tension in the internal political climate of the United States. So they're talking about political options. The context of long-term strategy, the United States cannot afford a radical change in the fundamentals of African policy, which is designed for maximum protection of national security. In the present case, emphasis is laid on the importance of Black Africa for U.S. political, economic, and military interests. Did you hear what he said? Basically, we don't give a fuck about the people, excuse my language. This is about our political interests and our military interests. This is the recommendation. In weighing the range of U.S. interests in Black Africa, basic recommendations arranged without intent to imply priority. Specific steps should be taken with the help of appropriate government agencies to inhibit coordinated activity of the Black movement in the United States. Prevent us from having a Black movement. I want y'all to put that in your head. Special clandestine operations should be launched by the CIA to generate mistrust and hostility in American and world opinion against joint activity of two forces and to cause division among Black African radical national groups and their leaders. Let me read that again, y'all, because I want you to hear. This is our America. Let me say that again. This is our America. Specific steps. No, I'm sorry. Special clandestine operations should be launched by the CIA to generate mistrust and hostility in American and world opinion against joint activity of two forces and to cause division among Black African radical national groups and their leaders. Isn't that what they did to the Black Panther Party? U.S. embassies to Black African countries, especially interested in Southern Africa, must be highly circumspect in view of the activity of certain political circles and influential individuals opposing the objectives and methods of U.S. policy towards South Africa. Don't mess with our inhumane policies that we have in place in South Africa. It must be kept in mind that the failure of the U.S. strategy in South Africa would adversely affect Americans standing throughout the world. In addition, this would mean a significant diminution of U.S. influence in Africa and the emergence of new difficulties in our internal situation due to worsening economic prospects. We wouldn't be able to come in there and steal and take all the gold and the minerals from them if we allow this to happen. Wait a minute, you ain't messing with our livelihood. Then it says the FBI should mount surveillance operations against Black African representatives. Let me say, oh, Lord. The FBI should mount surveillance operations against Black Africans representatives and collect sensitive information on those, especially at the UN, who oppose U.S. policies toward South Africa. They're blatantly telling you what they have been doing. The information should include facts on their links with the leaders of the Black movement in the United States and thus making possible at least partial neutralization of the adverse effects of their activity. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. This was back in 1978. What's different in 2024, y'all? I mean, 2025. What's different? Tell me what's different. And I'm not talking about on the international scale. I'm talking about on our United States scale. What's different? Why do you think they don't want a lot of Africans in America? Why? You don't think those people that's coming through here are not surveilled? Do you? Oh, well, they're not legal. You don't think they're not surveilled? You don't think that their employees are reporting back to the federal government about their employees? I mean, the employer is not reporting back to their to their government of who they have as Africans that's working in the United States? Y'all don't think that's happening in 2025? This doesn't change a thing. And you notice how Africans, not all of them, but you notice how some of them don't like us and won't have anything to do with us? Do you think that's done by design? Because they already told us they show them the bad part of us. So when they come over here, they already have a preconceived prejudice against us. So the division is already there when they get off the plane. It started in Africa. So there's no way that we can get together and work some things out. Think about that, y'all. It's still going on now. I'm gonna leave it right there. I just wanted to share that with you when I saw that. Okay, just one more thing. Let me see something right here. I'm sorry. The range of policy options. I want to talk about this real quick. Okay, so it says here to take every possible means through the AFL-CIO leaders to counteract the increasing influence of Black labor organizations, which function in all major unions, and in particular, the National Coalition of Black Trade Union and its leadership, including the creation of real preference for adverse and hostile reaction among white trade unionists to demands for improvement of social and economic welfare of Blacks, to support the nomination of federal and local level of loyal Black public figures to elective offices, to govern agencies and the court. This would promote achievement of twofold purpose. First, it would be easier to control. Oh, Lord. They said doing this will make it easier to control the activity of loyal Black representatives within the existing institution. Your coons. There lies your coons. Second, the ideal of an independent Black political party, now under discussion within Black leadership circles, would soon lose all support. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? That they were talking about having their own political party back then. Why do you think I keep saying that, y'all? But you see what they said they would do to stop it from happening. The ideal of an independent Black political party, they already know it's under discussion. Who's telling them that it was under discussion? Within the Black leadership circles, would soon lose all support. This is the reason why we don't have our own. This is, oh my God. It's so good to see it in black and white. It's so good to see it in black and white. All right. I'm done. I just wanted to share that with you. That when we talk about what goes on, not only on the national level, but what goes on in our government, on our state level, and on our local level, it is designed to be that way. They are so afraid of what we can do if we all come together. Now, I'm excluding the coons. Y'all can do whatever you want. Y'all out for yourself, survival of the fittest. But I'm talking about strong Black people who recognize their power and not afraid to sacrifice it to get your people what you want. That's what we don't have. We don't have strong Black leadership. And as you see, they purposely to make sure we don't. We don't. We don't have it in our pastors. We don't have it in our education system. We don't have it in our political party. We don't have it on the local level. We don't even have it on the national level. We don't have a Black, strong political leader. We don't. Or public figurehead. We don't. And this right here, this document is Exhibit 10 of the U.S. Supreme Court case number 00958, National Security Memorandum number 46, Black Africa and the U.S. Black Movement. What's changed since 1978? What Black political party do we have since 1978? If it wasn't a serious problem, they would have never put this together. They were scared back then. Because you got to remember, this is not far from the 60s. And they were radicalizing over in South Africa because, they were going through the apartheid. It wouldn't have been nothing for us to come together. But do you see what they tried to do or was attempting to do? All right. I just wanted to share that little bit of jewels with you guys because I want you to understand it's not gone. That's not gone. That's why we don't have a black political party, because they were afraid. That's why we don't have no strong black leaders. They were afraid. So that white supremacy bullcrap that we are afraid of, oh, I can't do this, oh, I can't do that. They were more afraid of us than we are of them. But we walk around with our heads down and feel defeated when they were planning to keep us from talking to our family members and our ancestors in Africa. Because they admitted in there, it's 24, at the time it was 24 million of us that we had connection to Africa. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. So let me find some videos real quick here. So what you think about that, Tavar? What you think? Tavares? Oh, you on in the other side of the house. That's rude. That is very rude. Y'all give me some time. I'm trying to get this. Let me go. Let me get this. Let me see. Hold on. I think it's this one. Let's see.
Came aboard and volunteered who helped me in this campaign. And I wouldn't like to call names, but I do want to say it was a complete campaign of everyone. I also want to thank the people who given me this opportunity. I would say to you today that I'll be a very transparent councilman. I've already notified the news media on any item that's on the agenda or that's not on the agenda, and they want me to give my viewpoint of it, I will. But I also will be speaking to you in a monthly telecast to tell you the items that's been going on in our city and what way we are heading. I know this job is not easy, but I can't say to you that I would work entirely all the time, 24/7, as some people say, to do the best job I can for you. I'd like for you to also remember that I will be available to talk to you. But take the time, schedule the time to meet with you. Come out to the neighborhood meetings. I need your help and your prayers. And I also want to say thank you again for giving me this opportunity. You can reach me at the City Council office at 318-449-5048, or you can reach me at Facebook or Twitter at Joe Fuller LA.
Okay. All right, let's see what the next one is. Oh, Here we go. This the one. Hold up. Hold up. This is the interview I was telling you about with Stephen Maxwell when he called himself wanting to interview Mr. Fuller about the Weiss and Goldring building.
He asked for no city money. We just take the building over. I wrote a letter to the mayor asking him not to accept the donation, go with Mr. Smith, and that way the city wouldn't spend any money. I currently got on the council agenda, the next council meeting, 2 items. To declare the Weiss and Goldring building a surplus and to go out for proposals again. The citizens of Alexandria, we cannot afford. He said he's spending $140,000. We shouldn't even have to spend $140,000. Now he claimed that I'm saying he's just spending money. I am saying he's spending money that we shouldn't spend. Now, if we're gonna continue to work on that Weiss and Goldring building, I want the public to watch the numbers. That $140,000 is just a start.
But whenever you go on Facebook and say $650,000, that they are spending it quote for quote, but they're actually not. They're spending about $500,000 less. That's being accurate.
Well, my thing is, you got to look at it this way. First of all, we shouldn't be spending anything. Now, my numbers on there was that for us to go in there and renovate the building to the status that to get it in position for a proposal for somebody, we got the tower got to be removed. There's a lot more work got to be done. So now, for him to come out and say, well, I'm saying he's going to spend, let's just keep up with the numbers. But my thing is, we should stop. I'm requesting the council to take action. Because what the mayor does, he go out and tell people, well, the council authorized this. Yeah, they authorized it once he sent in a fact sheet requesting it. But as a councilman, I wasn't brought up here to go along with the status quo. I want to go back to Mr. Smith, who I talked to this morning. He didn't even get a call of what they intended was. The man is willing to come spend his own money on that building. Why aren't we doing that? So we won't even have to have the point of order of $650,000 or $140,000. If he would have followed the proposal like he should have, he put out a request. This man come in and said he didn't want no city money, none. But while we over there spending 140, I'm not arguing the point of how much we spending and what we spending. We shouldn't be spending anything. I got streets down there on Queens Court. I want you to go down there and look at it. The people living on these streets got potholes. The people can't get to their house. You go down 2-Lane Avenue, same thing. We got other priorities, and we got these drainage problems all over the city, but he's down here downtown spending money where he shouldn't have to spend anything. Contact Mr. Smith. I got his number and everything for you. If you want to do some investigative reporting, investigate that. Why this man, when he went out there, he sent a request in, and the man answered the request and said he wants no city money, and Jock is over there spending money that he shouldn't have to spend. Now, if it's 650 or 140, shouldn't be none at all. So I'm not arguing about what I said on Facebook. I'm saying that the council got a duty, and we got to be stewards of the people's money. And this project has a person who's willing to come in and take the city out of it. Why aren't we doing it?
But what some would say that you're an influential person, you're an elected leader here in the city, and you're going online saying an inaccurate statement. What is your response to that?
My thing is inaccurate. It's not inaccurate. If you watch what that 140,000, he's got to make a report to the council. Councilman Fowler brought up he want a report on the money being spent. Okay, that's 140,000. We both get that report at next council meeting. But you go over there and look at that building. That 140,000 that's been spent, it's a lot more work got to be done. So that statement is not inaccurate.
But you said we are spending.
Yeah, that's right. We are spending, and we gonna spend
the 650,000.
You're gonna be more than that to get that building up to where he gonna be able to put it in a position for somebody to use it. Right now, you go look at that 140,000 we done spent and see what you got over there. You got nothing over there still to bring out to. He asked that in his proposal, he asked for no city money.
Now, y'all heard what he said, right? Y'all, yep, you're right. To this day, that's right. You're right. You heard what he said. You heard what he said. You see what he sent Stephen Maxwell over there to do that interview.
Can you run it back real quick?
Huh?
Can you run it back? I was doing something.
Okay, hold up.
He was taking the bill alone. I wrote a letter to the mayor asking him not to accept the donation, go with Mr. Smith, and that way the city wouldn't spend any money. I currently got on the council agenda, the next council meeting, 2 items. To declare the Wise and Go Ring building a surplus and to go out for proposals again. The citizens of Alexandria, we cannot afford. He said he spent 140,000. We shouldn't even have to spend 140,000. Now he claiming that I'm saying he's just spending money. I am saying he's spending money that we shouldn't spend. Now, if we don't continue to work on that Wise and Go Ring building, I want the public to watch the numbers. That 140,000 is just a start.
But whenever you go on Facebook and say $650,000 that they are spending it quote for quote, but they're actually not. They're spending about $500,000 less. That's being accurate.
Well, my thing is you got to look at it this way. First of all, we shouldn't be spending anything. Now, my numbers on that was that for us to go in there and renovate the building to the status that to get it in position for a proposal for somebody, we got the tower got to be removed. There's a lot more work got to be done. So now, for him to come out and say, well, I'm saying he's going to spend, let's just keep up with the numbers. But my thing is, we should stop. I'm requesting the council to take action. See, because what the mayor does, he go out and tell people, well, the council authorized this. Yeah, they authorized it once he sent in a fact sheet requesting it. But see, as a councilman, I wasn't brought up here to go along with the status quo. I want to go back to Mr. Smith, who I talked to this morning. He didn't even get a call of what they intended was. The man is willing to come spend his own money on that building. Why aren't we doing that? So we won't even have to have the point of order of 650,000 or 140,000. If he would have followed the proposal like he should have, he put out a request. This man come in and say he want no city money, none. But while we over there spending 140, I'm not arguing the point of how much you spending or what we spending. We shouldn't be spending anything. I got streets down there on Queens Court. I want you to go down there and look at it. The people living on these streets got potholes. The people can't get to their house. You go down 2-Lane Avenue, same thing. We got other priorities, and we got these drainage problems all over the city, but he's down here downtown spending money where he shouldn't have to spend anything. Contact Mr. Smith. I got his number and everything for you. If you want to do some investigative reporting, investigate that. This man.
Hold on.
He sent a request in.
Okay.
The man answered the request.
I told you that day.
My man said, request that. And then he threw it at him.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Y'all don't have look. Nope. What I'm telling you earlier, what I was telling you is they not making those no more.
That's right. You're right.
They not making people like him no more. So we got the ones that we can build up and support. You got your Malcolms, you got your Jules, you got your Mr. Porters, you got your Eds, you got who else is in there?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. They not making them no more like that.
Yeah.
And he told him to his face, it don't matter how much motherfucking money I said is spent. It shouldn't be none. Because the man came in with a plan and he said he was going to spend. That's what I'm saying. So if you don't think that the fix is in and the fix is in on you, then you lost. You lost.
Yep. You see how he was talking about the areas that the money could be going in. You heard him say that, right? He said down Tulane. Them areas down there needed the money to go in.
And said he want no city money, and Jock is over there spending money that he shouldn't have to spend. Now, if it's 650 or 140, shouldn't be none at all. So I'm not arguing about what I said on Facebook. I'm saying that the council got a duty, and we got to be stewards of the people's money. And this project has a person who's willing to come in and take the city out of it. Why aren't we doing it?
But some would say that you're an influential person, you're an elected leader here in the city, and you're going online saying an accurate statement. What is your response to that?
My thing is inaccurate.
You hear Stephen Maxwell?
Let me tell you what he did, right? It doesn't matter what he said on Facebook. What is he saying in that city council meeting?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You're trying to hold, you know what? The
That's
beautiful
why I do
thing
not
about
like
it is, the beautiful thing about it is, Stephen Maxwell, let me pull that shit up. If nobody's seen Stephen Maxwell page lately, he was over at Century Drugs getting lunch the other day. And he decided that he saw a book that he could not resist getting, right? Guess what it was? How I Became John Wayne.
And John Wayne was racist.
Racist as the fuck. Excuse my language.
Yep.
So these are the people that I'm listening. What frustrates me the most out of all this racist shit is when when they're doing it to you in your face, right? You don't say anything. You don't do anything. When they show you who they are, people are like, maybe, it was just a bad light. Or like they're doing with this whole Charlie Kirk thing. You just took them out of context.
Yep.
You can't take racism out of context. You can't.
When it's blatant.
You're just too sensitive about race. You're always bringing up race. You know what I'm bringing up? I'm bringing up the facts. And if the facts look racist to you, or if the facts are racist to me and they don't look racist to you, maybe you're a racist. Maybe. Let's see. And they still need money right now, today. Nothing has been fixed. I'm sure. How old is this video?
I don't know.
Check the date. Check the date. It's on there.
Oh, hold up. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I don't know, Tavares. I know it had to be. He was at the time. He was the city councilman at large.
Hold on. Let me see if I can show y'all, right? Because the first thing y'all gonna say is that's impossible. That's implausible, right? He said he had to pick it up. He couldn't help but pick it up. He needed to pick this up.
And it's sad that our black older men sit up and watch John Wayne. When John Wayne couldn't stand black people.
There it goes. Hold on. I gotta move you real quick. Yeah, I'm not making shit up. I'm not making it up, right? Because the problem is we don't see things right in our face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything I know, everything I need to know, I learned from John Wayne.
Oh my God, no, you didn't say John Wayne. Yeah, well, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up.
Wait. I tell you what, I'm gonna be fair, right? I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask Google AI. Was John Wayne racist?
But he said it himself. He didn't deny it.
What does it say there? Mr. Everything I Know, Everything I Need to Know I Learned from John Wayne. What does that say there?
Hold up.
Let me zoom in on it.
Yeah, zoom in because I can't see that. The actor John Wayne has been widely criticized for racist comments he made in a 1971 Playboy magazine interview, where he also made bigoted remarks about Native Americans and LGBTQ people. In the interview, let me see what he says. Wayne expressed his belief in white supremacy, stating he wouldn't give leadership positions to Black people until they were educated to a point of responsibility. What the heck? He also dismissed feeling guilty about the enslavement of past generations of Black people. Regarding Native Americans, Wayne defended the taking of their land, arguing was necessary for the survival of those who needed it, and claimed Native Americans were selfish for trying to keep it. He also made a derogatory comment about the film Midnight Cowboy, and he used a gay slur to describe their characters. Wayne's remarks have led to calls for removing his name from public places. In 2020, Democratic Party of Orange County advocated for removing his name from the local airport. The University of Southern California also removed a Wayne exhibit that year following a students protesting. California lawmakers previously rejected a John Wayne Day proposal in 2016 because of his comments. So the family defended him. Wayne's son, Ethan Wayne, he has defended his father, stating in 2020 that he was not a racist and that his comments were misinterpreted. He claimed his father did not support white supremacy and judged individuals based on their own merit. Oh, ain't that
So let me go back.
That's interesting.
I was eating a burger at Century Grill today, and I saw this book for sale. There was no way I could pass it up. The price is not even up for consideration. Hashtag John Wayne.
That's interesting.
That's who's giving this interview.
Yep.
To Mr. Fuller. That's who's doing all of Jock's dirty work right now.
Yep. Yep.
So let me fast forward. Right? What did he say at the top? What was John Wayne's views on Black leadership? What did he say?
He said he wouldn't give leadership position to Black people until they were educated to a point of responsibility. What the hell?
And he also dismissed feeling guilty about the enslavement.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm not here to tell y'all people are racist. I'm just here to point you in the right direction. Duh. Now, if you can pull up that video and play the last little part for me again. And now you got some context as to why Stephen Maxwell says that Jock Williams is godfather or grandfather, whatever the fuck you call it. Weird ass.
Hold up. Oh, shoot, I came out of it. Give me a second. I gotta go all the way up. Here. Oh, that's not it. I'm getting into it. I'm getting to it, y'all. I'm coming. Okay. Okay, hold up. I'm bringing her in. I'm bringing her in. Now go to the last part. Is that what you said? Hello? Okay. Get on my nerve.
Tulane Avenue, same thing. We got other priorities, and we got these drainage problems all over the city, but he's down here downtown spending money where he shouldn't have to spend anything. Contact Mr. Smith. I got his number and everything for you. If you want to do some investigative reporting, investigate that. Why this man, when he went out there, he sent a request in, the man answered the request and said he wants no city money, and Jock is over there spending money that he shouldn't have to spend. Now, if it's 650 or 140, shouldn't be none at all.
Wait.
I'm not arguing about what I said on Facebook.
What?
So, do you see Villard being pressed about anything?
Nope.
Do you see Stephen Maxwell and Jim Villard face asking him some questions about the state of the city or what the city could be doing?
Nope.
Was he doing it at this time? Because we were following at that time.
Yep. Nope.
Okay, has he questioned any other white council person to this degree?
Nope. Not at all.
I just want you to go back to what John Wayne said about black leadership. Yeah, because that's the way Jock feels.
Yep.
That's the reason Jock used Reddix like a little trick. He used you. I used you, trick.
Yep. Yep.
That's that. Look, they don't. Hey, Mr. Fuller was a G. Ain't no way you gonna tell me that you came in here to I came in here to interview you, and I'm asking you questions, and when you answer the question, you throw the paper at me.
Because he knew it was Mr. Porter knew it. I mean, Mr. Fuller knew what he was doing. That when he called me and told me that he Channel 5 want to interview Stephen, want to interview me. I said, okay, I'll be there.
But the one thing he didn't count on, he thought that he was gonna be in there by himself.
Yeah, he wasn't there. I told you that's when he said what he said to me about his degree.
What did he say?
He said to me, he acted like he didn't know who I was. And so I told him, he said, so you're his videographer? He said, so you do this for a living? I said, no, I do it for fun. It's a hobby for me. He said, well, I got a degree in it. I said, okay. What you want me to?
Yeah, what you want, a cookie, bitch? You got a diploma. You got a degree. What you want?
Yeah. So
that was the way of putting you in your place.
Yeah. He thought he was.
Yeah.
He thought he was.
Man, I'm trying to tell you what I already know. The only reason Stephen Maxwell is back in Alexandria
is because of Jock.
Is not getting covered the way he wants to get covered on KLAB.
Yep.
That's the only reason they brought Stephen Maxwell back.
Yep.
And we going into an election cycle. That's why Stephen is posting more. I mean, that post was just the other day. These are dog whistles. And I'm not saying I'm a professional, like I can hear the dog whistles. It's just, you can see it. You can see it. Okay, check this out. Look at how they treat, and I'm not even an Urban Cast advocate, right? But I am an advocate for free press, right? Look at the way they're trying to isolate Urban Cast. They're trying to make sure that nobody takes them serious. Urban Cast has been known not to say favorable things about Jock Roy. So what does Urban Cast do? they don't have any. I don't think they have any real sponsorship right now.
I don't know if they do or not. I don't know.
But guess who does?
Sinmar Broadcasting does.
No, Stephen Maxwell does.
No,
Sinmar Broadcasting is a part of it. But
Yeah.
Stephen Maxwell personally, his page is personally sponsored by these different weird ass law firms around Alexandria.
Mm-hmm. Because they're told to sponsor him.
Look, man, you come back, I'll have your back, man. You come back, we'll look, man. You come back here, man. I will give you a job at the radio, right? We can get you paid over there, and then you can do your online thing. We'll help you do that. We'll boost it. You know, we'll do the advertising for you. You don't have to worry about any of that, man. I just need you to come back, man. I'm having a hard damn time. These black folks are giving me shit every damn day. It's Jack Kenton. It's goddamn Salita McCall and her fucking son. I can't even keep him in jail. Put him in jail. He was out in 20 hours. You know, I thought these people were broke. Where the fuck are they getting their money from? None of your business, bitch. Sorry.
Yeah.
But they don't look at black folks as educated.
Yep. They sure don't.
That's why he chose Reddix to do the restore. He knows Reddix is dumb as a box of crayons.
That's right. And he don't have no respect for people who and that's the thing about it. That man has no respect for anybody. No black person he don't.
Unless he can use them.
Yeah, unless he's using them. Yeah.
And he really don't respect them then. He just using them. I used you, trick. I got that from Nat. I wish Nat was on here because he could say it better than I can. I used you. You just a toy to me. yeah. You're just a toy to me.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I done cooked my roux. I done browned it. I done cooked the chicken and the rice. That's what I was doing. I'm finna go make my tea now. But I was listening. You just can't hear me from where I'm at.
yeah, because you was in the back of the house. I know. I heard you. But look. And so I love that. And it was just raw footage. It wasn't nothing I was going to use, but he wanted me to have it on, what's the name? He wanted to make sure I recorded it.
Well, actually, he dropped that interview. We dropped that interview before Stephen Maxwell could. So maybe Stephen is still mad at you about that. Because I think we damn near went, didn't you go live with that? Or did you just record it?
I can't remember because it's been so long ago, but yeah.
If you were like, his whole mission was to come over there and interview Mr. Fuller with these whole bunch of got you moments and then edit it up and put it on LAB. But you had the raw footage. You can't do all that.
Yep.
And then you posted the raw footage to his page. So yeah, he couldn't do everything that he wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sometimes, you gotta be. See, they thought he was gonna get Mr. Fuller by himself. That's what he thought. He didn't expect for me to be in there. I'm telling you, he wasn't expecting to see me. And Mr. Fuller had went and took the phone call with the man he's talking about, Mr. Smith, and that's how me and him had that conversation in there, because Mr. Fuller was on the phone with Mr. Smith.
And explain to who people Mr. Smith is.
Okay, so Mr. Smith was the guy who wanted to buy Whites and Gold Ring. And he said they don't have to do anything. We'll do everything. We'll do the cleaning and the asbestos out. We'll spend our money. We don't need y'all money. We don't need nothing from you. And that was what the proposal said. But Jock had, like we always keep telling y'all about him, is he always has a backroom thing. He wanted to spend the city money on that building. He wanted to spend your money. Let me put it to you like this. He wanted to spend your money on that building. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to spend your money on that building. And Mr. Fuller was telling him, you don't have to do that because the guy who's coming in to buy the building, he's going to do everything. But he didn't want to sell that building to that man. That's what that was.
Why didn't he want to sell it to him?
Because he like always, he wanted to have total control over it, and he wanted y'all money to go into that building.
Was the man black?
I don't know what color Mr. Smith was. I never got that.
I believe.
But yeah, he was on the phone with him when me and Maxwell was in there together. He wasn't in the same room with us. He had took the call. Y'all, I've been in some good monumental moments. You can't, that video, to me, that's a powerful video. We can't go spending the people's money any way we want to. Did you hear what he said? But what has Jock been doing since he been in that office? Spending y'all money the way he want to. And the city council has been complicit to it. When we say something, when anything nefarious happens in your city government, you can guarantee Jock is behind it. But y'all put him back in there again. He'll get another chance to keep raping y'all. And I'm sorry to say it in that way. When I'm saying rape, I'm talking about stealing from you. Now, he didn't have a problem with spending $140,000 of y'all money. Now, what's the name was trying to be smart, talking about the semantics of the $650,000. Well, it's going to cost more than that to do that building. And that's what he was basically telling him. But he was trying to catch him up. That's what he was trying to do. You got to get up early in the morning. And sometimes you need to plan at night. I'm just saying. You weren't going to get Mr. Fuller like that. You're lucky Mr. Fuller didn't cuss at him. Threw that paper, like Miss Dixon said. He threw that paper in front of him. Yeah, he said, yeah, because he knew it was a setup. He knew it was a setup. Yeah, they was going to try to get that on him. And let me tell y'all something. As a person, when I say I am loyal to something, especially if it's going to be the betterment of our people, I'm loyal. I didn't have to come to that. I could have told Mr. Fuller I was doing something else. But I know the importance of what Mr. Fuller was doing. So I fully supported him. And I made sure I was there. Anywhere he asked me to be, if Tavares wasn't available, I was available. Because I supported him in what he was trying to do. I saw what he was trying to do. So I didn't mind pulling out my camera and setting up. Yep, he did. That's right. I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't care where we had to be. If I was available, I didn't have no doctor's appointment. I didn't have to do nothing around the house. I was there. All you had to do was call me. Sleet, I'm going to be such and such. Okay. What time you want me to be there? That's what you do when you really about a cause. You're going to show up. But that's just how I am when it comes to discipline. And when you believe in something, you're going to do all you can to make that thing come true or help it. You're going to put your all in it. We do it every day to jobs that hate our guts, but we won't do it for our community. Well, I don't get nothing out of the community.
You get out what you put into the community is what you get out of the community.
Well, they don't pay me. Me volunteering my time, it's different. I can be at a job that don't hate me, but it pays my bill. You got to remember the mentality of us.
Well, that might be our shortcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we'll come up with everything. We will definitely come up with everything. But I don't mind doing that. That's why I don't mind doing the city council meetings. I don't mind doing that. I'm at the retirement age. I go where I want, come back when I want to, and I will get up and talk in front of people if I have to. Like I'm going to do December 2nd, if I'm still here. Look, wait a minute, let me say, if Trey Gist asks me, so when I get up there, I'm gonna say Trey Gist. I ain't even gonna call him. I ain't giving him no Mr. or nothing. Hey, Trey Gist, my name is Salita McCall. I saw that you were asking what my name was. I'm loudmouth.
I would say, hey Trey, what's up, T-Ray?
Hey Trey, you wanted to know what my name is? My name is Salita McCall. You should know me. You pointed at me, and I told you not to point at me. You don't know me? The reason why he did that, because I basically told him what they did by violating their own homeroom charter. That bothered him because his daddy authored that homeroom charter. That's what that was. Yeah.
Maybe you should bring that up at the meeting. What would your father think about this violation?
Wait a minute, y'all getting personal. No, didn't your father author this?
Your daddy wrote these rules.
Yeah.
What would you think about him about having you break them?
Yeah, yeah. Say, hey Trey Gitz, didn't your father author the homeroom charter?
You got another Mr. Fuller video?
Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. Let me think. Yeah, our videos are all. You know what? Let me see if I can find one on his page. Give me a second, y'all. Let me go right here. Let's see. We'll play one more and then we'll let everybody go because I don't want to keep everybody langing. It's almost 12 o'clock. Hold up. Are you actually have it on okay, hold up. We showed that one.
I know people don't know this, but people don't know this, but Alexandra O'Neal was actually supposed to be the original frontman for The Time.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
But it was Alexandra O'Neal. Once Prince came to him with the idea, Alexandra O'Neal wanted more. He wanted more everything. He said he needed a big fine house and he needed a house with a swimming pool. And yeah, so Prince was like, yeah, no, I'm going to holler at Morris. So originally Morris Day was just supposed to be the drummer.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, no, you should be the front man. He said, well, I can't sing. He said, no, don't worry about any of that. So they got the guy to do the drummer for The Time and Morris Day. That's when Morris Day became Morris Day and The Time. All because
they grew up together.
All because Alexandra O'Neal was being greedy. You're fake, baby. Then if you ever listen to Alexandra O'Neal and Prince's music, that's what you call the Minneapolis sound. Because at one point, Minneapolis had an actual sound in the pop music. Now, what does that have to do with anything else that we're talking about? Absolutely nothing.
I was just biding time. That's all.
Yeah, but that's one of my favorite stories because what would The Time would look like if Alexandra O'Neal was the front man?
Hey, did we show the one where he said he got his broom? We didn't show the one with him with the broom.
No, you got to do the one where he at the utility office.
That's what I'm talking about. I got it. Hold up. I got it. Hold up. I found it.
Is to grow with people who understand what's going on in our city. I say to you today, You elected me 2 years ago and asked me what would I do about these high utility bills. I have tried. I put an ordinance on to repeal the increase. Yes, I put an ordinance on to repeal the increase that was for 16, 17, and 18. The councilman didn't want to hear the ordinance. Yes, I said it. Go look at the record. They didn't want to hear the ordinance to repeal those increases. And I'm talking about Councilman Roosevelt and Councilman Jim Ballard. I said it. They didn't want to hear it. And now they want to run for re-election. And the sad thing about this, that former mayor, I call him the former mayor, said the other day, if you're going to talk about utilities, you don't need to vote for people like that. I'm asking you to vote for Quentin Slaughter and Gerber Porter. Yes, I said it. Quentin Slaughter and Gerber Porter. Also vote for Jeffrey Hall for mayor. I got to have some help. I cannot do it by myself. I need some help. 2 years ago, I told you I was going to get to City Hall and do what I got to do to reduce these utilities. But I can't do it by myself. I need some help. I'm asking you today, get out your broom, and we're going to sweep out City Hall. We're going to sweep out these high utilities. But I need your help. I need Jeffrey Hall, Quentin Slaughter, and Gerber Porter to help me. The same person you voted 2 years ago to help sweep out City Hall. Thank you.
Hey, how long ago? What's the comments say? How long ago was them comments? 7 years?
Yep, 7 years. Yep.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we've invested a lot into this city. We didn't do it alone.
Nope.
We're still investing a lot into this city, and we're not alone anymore. We're not as isolated as we used to be. Even though people love to hate us, at least they watch, right? And that's what we make the content for. We make the content for those that need to know. And Stephen Maxwell is one of those people that need to know. I haven't forgot. I don't forget, bro. Listen, man. I don't forget.
Remember when he used my video on his what's the name?
About the underpass?
No. He used that one. I think he used that one, and he also used the one where Mr. Fuller was talking about the drainage problem down on Spencer Street in District 2.
You know what? We got enough material. I tell you what. I think at least once a week on this show, we're gonna have a Mr. Fuller night where we play one of his clips because we have enough material.
But I have a lot more. We
got a lot on the hard drive.
Yeah, I just gotta I gotta find it. It's y'all only knew.
There's plenty of material on Mr. Fuller that we have.
Yeah.
We have a lot of B-roll footage. We have footage from when they do that the Halloween thing. Remember we went to the thing in the back of the neighborhood at the dead end? And I saw it. Party.
You know what? That came up in when I was looking for something. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that Mr. Fuller's memory and his legacy is to be remembered and regarded as something that we should try to live up to. Because it's not, they not making them no more.
Nope.
They're not making them no more. And that now you see why we have the disdain that we have for them sellouts that try to run against them.
That's right.
Now y'all understand why it's still there. I'm not letting that go. And it's not a grudge. It's just that when somebody shows you who they are, the likelihood of them changing is low. They're not going to change. That's how they got to where they're at. If you're sitting up here and you truly believe in the 4 years that Reddix is going to be off that city council, he's going to turn around and run for something else, which Reddix dumbass might actually try to run for the city councilman at large position.
Yeah.
They're going to put him up to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
And they know he's not qualified. That's why they like him so much. But like I said, we need to be doing our due diligence. We need to be trying to raise up and support these people that have been doing the work. We need to support these people that have been investing, not just us, but you need to pour into Mr. Green. You need to continue to pour into Mr. Malcolm
until they turn coat. And I'm telling you right now, you can't. I'm sorry.
They're not gonna turn coat. Now
I'm not. No. I'm just saying that's for anybody. It don't matter who it is.
No, because we're not pouring into nobody that's gonna be no turncoat.
I can't do no. I can't. I don't care. I mean, I can't.
We not. That's casting your pearls amongst the swine.
Exactly.
We don't have that many pearls to begin with.
You said we ain't got that many.
We ain't got that many pearls to begin with. So we know who's who. Yeah. We know you can tell who you. Come on now. With the election of 2 more people, if Mr. Fuller and Mr. Porter came back around, we would have the old city council back.
Yep. Oh man, he could not. He would be trying to get out of that office so quick.
You wouldn't try to get out of that office. He'd be trying to railroad him every chance he got.
No, he would be getting out that office. That's why he ran the first time.
And that's why he ran away the first time.
That's what I'm saying.
He ran it. So yeah. Tomorrow is the memorial.
Tomorrow is a funeral. I said memorial, but it's actually the funeral.
Okay. Well,
at 1 o'clock at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church on Enterprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna try to make that.
Well, yeah. So, for those of y'all that can make it, please come out, support the family. Know that Mr. Fuller was a friend of ours. Was family to us, is family to us. His family is family to us, and so I want everybody to keep in mind, keep them people in your prayers. If you know that we taking it tough, just imagine how they taking it. So keep them people in your prayers, and that's pretty much. I could put a pin on that. Decent show.
Pretty good. Okay, so you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us here on the Can We Be Frank show. I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. Keep your head on a swivel. Okay, so I want to thank Miss Dixon. I want to thank Miss Hall. I want to thank Miss Battles. I want to thank Mr. Turner. I want to thank, let's see who else came out and hung out with us today. Mr. Mercer. Thank you, Mr. Mercer, for hanging out. Let's see who else did that. No, that's it. Thank you, guys. You guys have a great evening. Oh, and don't forget, Miss Dixon and Miss Hall and anybody else, because I know they're always there. I will be back Sunday. So we'll be back and continue with our deep conversation. I want to, okay, we'll see, because I got something I want to talk about, but we'll talk about it then. All right. So you guys have a great evening. We love you. Bye-bye. Oh, I know I want to tell everybody, hold up. I got a chance to talk to Miss Agnes today, finally. So I'm going to try to see if I can get her back on the show again. I'm going to see if I can do it. But she's doing fine. She said hi to everybody. So I'm going to see if I can get her to come back on the show. When I say get her to come back, is because her phone sometimes, she trying to make sure she can get in is the hard part for her. So you guys have a great evening, and bye-bye.